Përshëndetje ndjekës të periskopit dhe në veçanti përshëndetje për gjithë gamerat e CSGO-s. Pa marrë shumë kohë, po shkoj me njëherë me prezantimin, po kalojmë direkt me intervistën ekskluzive e para për një media kosovare. Këtu para nesh e kemi trajnerin e Bad News Eagles, Jonatan Devilwalk Lundberg. Hello, Mr. Jonathan, or should I call you Devilwalk?
Both are fine. I don't mind either. I can recognize both of the names. So, but I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking your time to join me for the interview. Devilwalk, less than 4 months ago, you were introduced as the newest coach of the Bad News Eagles. You said in Instagram that I couldn't be more pleased. And let's win one of these medals. And you were meaning the first place medals. Are you still as happy today as at this moment that we are talking as you were 4 months ago?
No, I think I'm more happy. I think we've done the progress in the right timing, the right things at the right time, and they keep fighting. We had 3 finals in a row that we obviously lost. 1 LAN event in Malta and 2 online tournaments. But it's been a learning experience for us. So and the guys are just growing and growing as both players and individuals. So I'm really happy.
Yeah, let's start here. Actually, you mentioned Malta tournament, the 16th of February, the first match in the Malta tournament. As it began, defeating perhaps the tournament's biggest rival, Eternal Fire, it looks like the Bad News Eagles were going to win the top prize. After defeating them twice during the competition, you still had to face them on the finals, somehow. At the end of this successful journey, BNE was defeated by the Turkish team. What do you think? Was it unlucky for the boys, or something that was planned didn't go so well?
No, I think Eternal Fire put up a really good fight, but I also think it's really hard to win against the team twice and know exactly how to prepare for them a third time in such a short amount of time. I always think that the ones that are defeated has a little bit advantage in the prep work in that sense. So because they know what to change, and it's hard to kind of predict what adjustments they will make. So we have to do those adjustments in the game when it's happening. So I think that got them a little bit of an edge, but they deserved to win it. There's nothing more to say, but I think it was important for us to lose it to grow and make this bad experience, losing the final, and make something better from it. Some trauma like the Ninja Diffuse. I don't think I've ever seen the boys as sharp in after plans as I've seen them after this, because it's a constant reminder every time the bomb is ticking, and they're taking the trauma in a good way and applying action to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I think these kinds of moments you grow as individuals and as a team.
Yeah, despite this, even the second place is an achievement, even for the boys or for you as a new coach. In March, the online tournament, Bad Boom, BNE managed to pass the group stage. However, in the first match in the playoffs, you were defeated by the Force team 2-0. What I want to ask you, and what I believe interests everyone, is from what we've seen so far, even when you weren't part of the team, BNE has been lagging, not showing a good performance in online tournaments, while being much more successful when it comes to LAN tournaments. Do you think that the hype of the boys that you also already know, which we Albanians are also known for, is greater when it comes to LAN tournaments comparing to the online tournaments? Is it something else that comes to your mind, or?
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and it's something we've worked on because I think LAN tournaments and being on spot and seeing each other, we can draw energy from that in a different capacity than maybe we can in an online match. But it's something that we've talked about. We brought in sports psychologist, a good friend of mine, while we were boot camping, and we had a big discussion about this. It's a big difference if you don't really get that excited for online games compared to LAN. We need to at least care a little bit more than we currently do, so that we can feed off each other's energy, because that's the strength of the team. And the individual skill, obviously, but also this Albanian, Kosovo fire they have in them. So something that we really need to draw out also in online games.
Yeah. Before we get to the big event, the major, I want to stop a bit here and for something special. I'm gonna tell you right now something really special about this interview as well. Last night, after we talked together, I thought it's necessary to inform the community of the CSGO about the interview that we are conducting together. In a group of members, more than 17,000 members, active members, it's called the CSGO Albania. I asked them if they would like to ask any question to you. And even I was surprised by so many reactions, and I received within minutes of posting the news. Besides the love, of course, the love they gave to you, and wishing you a long, successful career with the team, they also had a few questions as well. And let's get to these questions and have an answer on them, maybe. One of them said, "Are you happy with the team? And do you see yourself as a coach of BNE for a long time?"
I'm very, very happy with the boys and B&E, and I don't consider myself leaving or moving on to something else until we stop. I want to do this long term with them. I'm even planning to learn Albanian fully. I asked Synopsy and Senner to bring me some books so I can start to study it for real.
Nice. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Was it easy to adapt with the boys, considering you don't speak Albanian? But of course, they do speak English very well.
I think it was. It's obviously a challenge. It's something extra for me to kind of understand and deal with. But it's been an interesting challenge, and I think I've done very well so far with it, because they're teaching me some Albanian words, especially in the CS language. Not so much maybe in the social aspect, but. So I can learn when they let go of peaks, if they said it or not, so I know most of the Albanian CS language at this point. So I think that really helps that I, put my mind into making sure that it's easier for them, that me coming in doesn't make it more difficult for them. And I also think it's important to the boys to see that I care about them and their progress, and so that's the reason I'm doing it. So.
Yeah, good to hear that. Good to hear that, of course. Someone else has asked you, if we are against Navi in the finals, what result do you predict? I think he meant about the major. Pretty hard question, actually.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't really want to answer a question like that, but I can say why instead.
Okay.
And for us, it's very important that we keep our expectations low, because as players, if you think psychology-wise, if you have expectations here, any little thing will tilt you.
Yes.
And we are a very fiery squad with a lot of emotions put into the game. So we're working very hard on making sure that our expectations aren't too high. We look one round ahead, and that's it. because otherwise we have a few, negative emotions and thoughts and stuff like this will affect our energy and drive within the game and outside the game. So that's why we try to keep it as short ahead in the future as possible.
Yeah. A question that has also been asked, and actually I have to tell you that it's already like a meme in Kosovo. It's about,
Yeah.
it's about. Do you know that, or should I?
I don't know.
Okay. It's about Devilwalk's first window smoke in Mirage. And they want to know, how did you feel when you found out this, man?
I already knew, but it's not something that I've gotten credit for in the community, maybe. So that was really, really nice. But I knew I was the first one to smoke window in Mirage the first time I did it. So because I found the smoke myself. So yeah.
And and all of us are actually using it. How do you see our team compared to others? Do they have the capacity to win any important trophies over the year?
No, I have full belief that we can win tier 1 events if we really fight for it. I think a lot of it is about energy management, making sure that we have enough energy throughout the year, that they get enough break days in the right times, and that we kind of peak with our individual skill at the right time as well. And takes a lot of thought, and a lot of things change week to week. But I think that's the most important thing, because I think skill-wise, individually, mechanically, we're up there with the top 6, 8 best teams in the world. So it's just that we maybe lacked a little bit of understanding in especially defaulting and how to play maybe 3-on-3s, 2v2s, after plan, stuff like that. So that's something that I've been working really, really hard with the guys to improve. It's not like they didn't have any knowledge of it, but I think it was under par compared to where, if you want to win big titles, where it should be.
Yeah, of course. Another question is it easy to work with the boys? Considering they like to troll a lot. The end of this question is a little bit different in Albanian language, and I couldn't say that. You can imagine the words they use.
Yeah, I've learned some trolley things as well in Albanian, but no, they're incredibly easy to work with. Sometimes I do look like a fool because I don't really understand their trolling. They like to, troll around all the time. But they're incredibly respectful, and they listen. If I say, okay, it's enough now, let's go, they get full focus, and they take every day seriously. And I think that's really important, that we take the time we use with each other as efficient as possible, so that we can also manage the energy levels more. Because if, for example, we are trolling around some practices, then that means it's a complete waste, and we need to add more hours to be in the trajectory where I want us to be. So essentially, the more serious they take their practice, the more free time they will get.
Yeah, of course, I have no doubt about that. Another guy has told me to ask you, like Juan Flatro said, in a small country like Kosovo, there are many talents here. How do you see that, actually?
I think, Balkan region, and especially Albania and Kosovo, it's, I think you guys are an incredible people. It's, you really care, and you're passionate about things, and you don't stop, and you work really hard for the things that you have. So, and I think that shines through, in everything you do. And even with less opportunities and less, internationally in opportunities as well. So you're a proud people and you support each other 1000%, and I really, really admire and respect that.
Yeah. What impact does Devilwalk have as a coach on the players' mentality and discipline, apart from in-game strategies?
I think something that I find really, really important is strengthening the bond, making sure that we are positive, that we don't have, and we're open with the negative things. Instead of having, these back talks, this guy to that guy, and so on. Everyone has bad things. I have bad things, Flatter has bad things, and everyone in the team, and we have to respect that. We can't expect everyone to be the same.
Yes.
Everyone has a different thing, and they need to work on that, and we need to respect that we have those things. And to be a team, it's not about not having bad things, it's about covering for your mate when, so these bad things don't show. I think that is something I bring a lot outside the game. Obviously, there are knowledge I have from sports psychology that maybe they haven't thought about. We worked a lot on how to be better with sleep. What happens when you don't get enough sleep, making sure they understand the responsibility they have to come to a match and be as prepared as they could be. With outside things that's not really CS based, but just making sure your body and brain works the best way.
Very nice. Have you ever thought about adding another player to the team, maybe a sixth player, like a substitute?
Not really, no. I think what we have right now, it's an incredible squad, and I have no thoughts. I don't really believe in changing lineups that much. I believe that I can make these players better. And I won't give up if one solution don't work, then I will try another 100 before I even have a thought of another player.
Yeah, nice. When we'll win the major, are you gonna visit Kosovo?
I think I will visit Kosovo no matter what in the summer, or we've already talked about it, and it would be a wonderful experience to be there with the guys and see more of the culture and the people. I heard GX, he likes to have a shisha every once in a while, so I would love to go to that place and enjoy some time with everyone.
Yeah. The reason you choose BNE and to work with the boys?
Passion, straight. They deserve everything. In my book, when you show that much passion and fight and will to do stuff, I get really excited, and it I feed off that. So that's the main reason. They're wonderful human beings, and I wish them the best. So if I can be that difference maker, then I want to make my best effort.
The goal of the team for 2023, so this year, what's your...
This year we are, basically we want to obviously win Tier 1 tournament. We want to make sure that we qualify for Pro League and try to get into, ESL or Blast spots, not but just by qualification. Would be nice to find an organization, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't really matter. We will keep going, keep fighting. And then reaching top 10 at the end of the year. That's the goal. I understand a lot of people, they see us drop in ranking sometimes, but it's all part of the prep work we did for RMR, so that we are not readable, changing stuff, and making sure, that the opponents don't have the correct info about how we play.
Are you in contact with any serious professional organization that has received a good offer? I have this one into my question as well, but I think it's the manager's work to do. So in this case, it's James Banks' work. But if you have something to say, this is one of the questions of the fans.
At this point in time, not me or even the players know that much, because we want to have a clear head when we're going into these tournaments and events, and if something really exciting pops up, then James will inform us. But we're trying to make sure that we keep our focus on what's important right now.
Yeah. The strongest and weakest point of BNE according to you? I think you can tell the strongest but not the weakest, because you don't want to tell the opponents the weakness of BNE.
I think the strongest point is the energy, how positive and how strong bond they have together as a team. It's incredible to watch, no matter where you're from, who you are. It's inspiring, and I mean, the weakest points I think was tactically for us, but I think we have improved a lot in our understanding of each other and how we want to approach the game. And there's very small details that have changed that make a huge impact. Yeah, I think it will also get stronger and stronger. I think if you listen to other professionals, I think it was, I don't know if it was Carrigan or who it was, who said that it takes at least a year to get a new system in. So, we have to be patient. We're working very, very hard to make sure that we keep the BNE DNA and make it better. And apply new systems in different situations depending on who we are playing. But yeah, it requires a little bit of patience.
Yeah, of course. This one actually is a good one. The Swedish people are known for their coldness. And on the other side, as you already know, we Albanians are the opposite one. Ask Devilwalk on this aspect. Will the players join the Swedish style, or you want them to continue on the Albanian style?
I want them to be who they are, they are Albanian, they are Kosovar, and I want them to be the fire, and it's for them to melt me, I guess, and instead. So I think it's a good combination. Honestly, it's they do have this overexcitement problem sometimes. So I think it's a good combo that I can come with that kind of calmness, ice, and maybe make the flame a little bit smaller.
Was there a time you considered making any changes on the roster? You already answered.
Yeah. No.
This question, no.
Never.
What world ranking do you see BNE in the near future? Right now,
I hope to work for a top 10.
Yeah, top 10. Top 10 is the goal. Okay, now let's move on into the big event. Because there are a lot of more questions from the fans, but considering the time, I'm gonna skip some of them. Let's move to the big event. For 3 years now, our team, Bad News Eagles, has continued to make us proud with an extraordinary performance in the biggest tournament in CSGO, the major. You started badly in this major, being defeated by 1 win. What was going bad in this game, actually?
The boys, they started really, really well, and then we had those high expectations where we got a little bit angry and tilted throughout the game, and I think that kind of cost us. But it was also a very important kind of slap in the face to wake up and understand that it's not going to be an easy route, even though the things we worked on has, I think we didn't lose a practice in 3 or 4 weeks in a row. So, playing top teams in the world. So I think that kind of got into our heads a bit. But I also think it's one of the hardest games to play. It's the first one. Then kind of the nerves settle a little bit. And honestly, we got a pretty good bracket as well, if I'm honest, after that loss. So
Exactly.
it was something. We went to the prac room and I wrote on the board that day, we deserve nothing, we fight for everything.
That's a good one. So a remarkable comeback from 0-1 to 3-1, defeating teams like Viperia and Apex. You advanced to the most important game yet against the FaZe Clan team. Not once, but twice, BNE managed to get ahead of one of the best teams in the world, which is FaZe Clan. Where lies the reason behind this success?
No, I think they're hard workers, and I think we did a few adjustments, kind of predicted how they would prep against us, where basically would trick them into us going A and on Inferno and hitting the B site instead, with a few patterns that we saw in ourselves.
Yes.
So I think good prep, a lot of positivity, a lot of excitement. I think everyone was so ready and eager to show everyone how good we've become, because it's hard to make that argument with beating Viperia and Apex. But yeah, they showed real heart, and I think we were just the better team throughout the series, so that's how it is.
Yes. Can you describe in words the first emotions after defeating the team and securing actually the third qualifications on the Blast major?
It was overwhelming, very overwhelming. I personally I coached Godsent, I think, and we qualified for the Rio major, but it got cancelled because of COVID. And then we were in a tiebreaker and lost the spot when I was in FPX. Something that we should definitely have won as well. So for me, it was a lot of release of emotions and me going for my goals this year and proving to everyone that I'm a really good coach, and I can do it no matter what language anyone speaks. It's a big challenge for me, and I want the world to see it.
Yeah. After the match with FaZe Clan, there was also a match against the Gamer Legion team. And for the fourth place, this one was for the fourth place to go directly to the Legend stage. Were you more relaxed and more confident after beating one of the best teams, like I said, the FaZe Clan?
Yeah, we were really confident, but at the same time, I think we had 2 or 3 hours of sleep because we had the last game of the day, and then we qualified full of adrenaline. It's very hard to then go to bed and sleep. Excuse me. Yeah, so basically we tried our best. We dropped a little bit too much in energy on the ancient map. But we kind of recovered and basically, yeah, we pulled through and played our game. And there's once we get going, there's no stopping us.
It was easy actually. We are we are almost at the end of the interview, and I want to know more about the future of the team. Where is the focus now? Knowing that the ESL Melbourne starts on the 28th of April. And are you more focused on this race now? And what are the expectations in this tournament, considering that there are quite strong teams here, such as Complexity, Greyhound, etc.?
Well, we go into this tournament to win it. That's the only reason we accepted the invite, is to win it and make sure we get into that ESL Pro League. Because I think it's very vital to have one of these spots to even have a chance to be top 10. Doesn't matter for us. It's getting more opportunities and securing more opportunities for us to show ourselves on LAN against tier 1 opponents, because it's the only route forward.
Yeah. The last question, Devilwalk, is what is the future of the team for CS2, knowing that this is the last major?
I mean,
Have you actually
for me, I'm
discussed, have you actually discussed
not
with the
really
boys, or?
focused on it.
Huh?
No, we haven't even talked about
You
it,
didn't
but
even talk about it.
no. We're focused on a few days ahead, you know. But I'm sure that we will stick together. That's my hope. But for now, we focus on CS:GO, and once CS2 is in our path, that's when we will take on it.
Yeah. Okay, something at the very end that we can't lose it out. Actually, we can't close it out. Is can
Yeah.
you say a few words about us, the BNE fans? Maybe if you know any words in Albanians, which I believe Pietro has been cared off about this one, has been taught you for the sport. What is your message you want to send to all the BNE fans?
Ooh, I'm trying to think here. I always said Jämte me, but I heard that I should have changed it to, was it Jämte Bir or something like this?
Jämte me.
But yeah, I'm really appreciative of all the kind messages and support that we're getting from all Albanian fans and Kosovo fans. You are the sixth man, and we'll never replace you. And yeah, I can't really put in words how much we feed off you and appreciate you, and it truly helps us.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Actually, we'll never stop supporting you, always. Jonatan, Devilwalk, thank you for joining me today. It was my pleasure, and I hope to see you actually in Kosovo when you will come.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be wonderful.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for having me, and yeah. I'm gonna go rest a little bit, so my brain is not like potato mush after a few hard weeks on the road.
Yeah, good to see you, man. I see you.